Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name's Benson. What's yours? It's Turkey Day. Kristen's watching, getting caught up on Supernatural, I guess. She's missed a few seasons. Just the last season. I have got 2 turkeys to dry out, so I'm cooking a total of 3 turkeys today. Two are going to different family members, and then one's going to go in our fridge for later. So I'm going to deep fry 2, which takes about 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'm smoking 1. So the smoker, it's already going, it's set. Because these only take about an hour to fry, not even that, what they're going to do now, the most key important part about deep frying a turkey is it needs to be super dry before it goes into that hot oil, otherwise it can bubble and spill over, and that's what people are afraid of, is that oil spilling over into the flame, big fire. But it's honestly not that scary if you follow every precaution. So I'm getting my 2 turkeys out of the freezer. Not the freezer. Do not put a frozen turkey in a deep fryer. I'm getting my 2 turkeys out of the fridge. They've been brining for 2 days. Yeah, I know. Dry turkey into a fryer. I brine my turkeys because it really kind of penetrates the seasoning into the meat. The turkey that's staying here specifically for us, I actually brined in a salt bath, a salt vinegar bath, and the vinegar is actually off of some pickled jalapenos I made. So I'm hoping that it'll help that salt flavor penetrate that meat. The vinegar will make it tender, real tender and juicy, but that it kind of pulls that little hint of jalapeno spice from the brine into the turkey itself. But I gotta get done. I'm prepped. Got my apron on, hair's pulled back so it's not bugging me. Got a glove on because I'm gonna have to wash my hands so many times. I don't want my hands to dry out, so I can just wash the gloves. Yeah, let's get done. I got bread going in the oven to make croutons so I can make dressing. I've already made homemade cranberry sauce. I've got a gallon of turkey stock that I made the other day that smells phenomenal. But let me get to working.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
All right, that's one turkey completely dried off. It's going to sit on the counter until it's time to deep fry it. That lets the internal meat kind of come up to room temperature so that it cooks thoroughly. And then the other one's going to sit and dry. I'll dry it off a little bit more here in a little bit. I'm going to get started on gravy and dressing. So the way I'm going to make my gravy is I'm actually kind of almost do it like some people do macaroni and cheese. I'm going to make a roux, and I'm going to slowly add the stock. I'm going to add like 3/4 stock to a 1/4 cup of milk. This is my first time trying this recipe, so I'm going to try that. So I'm going to do some butter and some flour into the pot, get it cooked, get the flour cooked off, and then we'll slowly start adding milk and stock until it's to the right consistency that I'm looking for. So I'll show you kind of some of those steps. So the first thing I'm going to do is get the butter going until the butter is good and frothy and starts to clarify a little bit. And then I'll add a cup of flour into this and then start stirring it slowly and getting it cooked. So I cooked the butter for about 5 minutes till it didn't have a buttery, or I cooked the butter and flour till it no longer had like a floury flavor. It almost just had like a buttery biscuit flavor. And then I added a cup of milk, stirred it in until it all combines. Now we're going to go in with a cup of stock. Maybe a little bit more. And then we're going to stir this and just kind of mash through the flour as it comes back up to a boil. And I'll show you what it looks like once I get all this flour combined. So. Alright, so once that gets combined, you kind of see it kind of looks, it gets pasty again. You lose all the liquid, it becomes like a runny paste. You know, I know some people will tell you just to add the stock a little bit of time and stir, but sorry, you're fogging up. I can add it, and as long as you just keep working it, as long as you keep working it, then you'll get to this consistency. So basically what we're gonna do is keep adding. We're gonna add another cup of milk, get it mixed in, and then we'll continue to add stock until we get it to the right gravy consistency that I'm looking for. I mean, if you like thick gravy, you could stop here, but it's almost like a paste. So let me get some other stuff added. Now, when you add your liquid and you get it completely combined, bring it back up to temp, because once you're adding that liquid, even if it's room temperature, cold, whatever you're adding to it, it's bringing the temperature of the flour down. So you want to put the liquid in there, get it real combined real well, keep it on the heat at medium heat, keep stirring, and then bring it back up to a bubble and keep stirring, because the heat is going to activate that flour and it's going to thicken again. So just because you add the liquid in there and stir it up real good, that's not guaranteed to be the consistency of your gravy. You got to bring it back up to a boil and let it cook for about 30 seconds to let the heat activate the flour that's in there and see if it thickens. And then at that point, you'll decide if you want to add more liquid. So like I've gone in with 2 cups of milk and about 2.5 cups of stock. Now you can do all stock. I did milk because it's going to make a little bit creamier gravy. And also I'm using a spatula. You can use a whisk for this process if you want to, if you're not using a non-stick pan like I have. So just tidbits. I have like a line where my hat sits. So I think I got caught up in doing everything. I don't think I showed you. I got the gravy done. It's the consistency I was looking for. It's bold for later. The baby's freaking out because she can't see me. Hang on. Look at this cutie patootie Thanksgiving outfit. You gonna try and climb up here? Hang on, I'm coming in. Dressing's in the oven. It's dressing because we don't stuff it in the bird. What? You just want to be picked up. Cranberry sauce is done. Mac and cheese is done. All the good stuff's done. Turkey's the only thing left, so we'll get that later. I'll get some shots of it going in the oil. Like that. So.
A Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
All right, I gotta go check on the smoked turkey. These smokers at my grandmother's, which is just right up the walkway a little bit. So I gotta go check on it. I don't know how long it's been going off. Hopefully not too long. Hopefully it's just a little over 165 and I can get it out. But let's go check. The frying is about to commence. This stupid thing doesn't want to stay pushed down so that the gas pumps in. It keeps shutting off, so I've got that sitting on top of it, holding it down, so that the timer is what should keep it open, but for some reason it's not. So I guess I'll probably have to replace this part this next year, but it's getting to go, so waiting for the oil to come up temp for the turkey goes in. Okay, we are at about 345 on the temperature of the oil. It's taking about 30 or 40 minutes to get up there because it's so much oil. We're gonna go ahead and drop this bird in. I'm gonna show you again. I've been doing this for years and years. Like, this is like my 6th year. I say years and years. It's like my 6th year frying a turkey, so I make sure to take all those precautionary steps. So the only thing that's gonna be non-normal turkey-fied is I have to use this to lower it in the oil. It's just a pipe wrench. Normally it comes with a hook, but we lost the hook in a move, so there's that. Other than that, that's a little redneck ingenuity right there though, but we're gonna get this bird in the fryer, so. All right, get it positioned over. Make sure all your parts go in. And this, you're gonna go stupid slow on this. To the point that like I even stopped a little bit, like little. Make sure you don't ever overflow your, don't put too much oil in there. And I'll explain how I do my oil too, so. See, immediately that hot oil hits that skin and stuff, that fat starts popping because there's still moisture in there no matter how good I think I did. So, see it splashing over a little bit? Not a lot, but a little bit. Still taking it a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. That splashing will subside. So, turkey has touched bottom. Gonna work my wrench out of there. That's it. And it's gonna boil bubble crazy like that for a good 10 minutes. It will subside a little bit once most of the moisture that's on the outside of the bird goes down, because as much as you do your very best to clean and dry that bird, there's going to be moisture. It's just the way it is. Like, you saw me completely wipe it down real good with towels. It sat in the fridge to help let the cold air from the fridge try and dry it out, and then I let it sit out on the counter to make sure the temperature of the meat wasn't so cold that it lowered my oil too far. But there it is. There it goes. That, like I said, that's about 45 minutes of this. So we're going to monitor our oil temperature and make sure it stays about 345, 350. Don't want it to go too high and burn the bird but not cook all the meat. But that's what we're looking at. So you can already see it started to subside a little bit. So now what I do, and I know we talk about, you know, no moisture when you're frying a bird or whatever, but I actually brine my birds in that pot. And the reason I do that is once the brining process is done and I pull that bird out, I mark or I look and see where the water level remains at, and I know my oil doesn't need to go above there, because my brine has to cover the bird. So I make sure that my brine covers the bird just as much as I want the oil to cover it, so that when I pull that turkey out, the density and mass of that turkey is taken out of the water. It drops that water to a certain level, and I know that's where my oil goes, because when I put my turkey in the oil, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to add that density and mass of the turkey into the oil and cause the oil to rise. So that's how I measure the amount of oil that I need. There is a max fill line, but sometimes you don't even have to go above that, or you don't have to go to that if you're frying a smaller bird. So if you brine your bird in that pot, just make sure you dry your pot real good, you dry your bird real good before it goes in. Then you can use that as a way to know how much oil goes in your pot before. So just an old chef's tips and tricks for frying birds. So I'm gonna let this go for a little while. Maybe we'll talk in a little bit, but I'm gonna check my oil temperature real quick. Isn't it beautiful? It smells so good. This is what your hair looks like when mom is finally able to get you to leave it up in a little like bun or ponytail all day, and then you nap with it in, and then you finally take the band out. It's like a little chicken comb. She had a late nap, so now she's awake, wide awake, and it's like, are you saying hi? Woo! You rock backwards. Are you saying hi? I took the camera off of her and she waved hi at everybody. Say hi! You say hi? She's such a stinker. It's 10:44. Kind of hang out and chill and spend some time with family. My family. Just to enjoy it. I did a lot of cooking yesterday. I'm tired. I was tired. And I don't know. I don't sleep a lot. Maybe get 2 or 3 hours a night anymore. Just because I toss and turn and stuff, so. Insomnia is a real bitch. But it is what it is. Tonight, though, no sleeping means I hang out with the rooster comb. Everybody goes to bed and Dad can't sleep. Let's play some Shadowlands. This is my Horde Paladin. He's a Zandalar.
This calls for a change of strategy. Play dead. If they think you're a lifeless husk, they'll collect you for parts. Go on. I'll create a diversion. Face me, traitors! The House of Constructs will fall! Capture that fool!
I'm also watching the brook hearts up here. Okay, it's like 2:30, I think. So, I don't know. I'm gonna go try and lay down. My knee's still giving me a lot of issues from where I slid down the steps. And I think because I'm like having issues with my knee, it's causing issues with my hip and my back too. Like I can stand on it, but like if I keep it bent too long trying to straighten, it hurts, and then trying to stand up and like sit down gives me issues. But I don't know. Probably go to the doctor again, maybe have an x-ray it again just to make sure there wasn't something under the swelling. I know this is Black Friday. It's usually when they do all the crazy madhouse deals, specifically here in the States. I don't know if they do it anywhere else. But was there something you guys were after? Did you get it? You know? Hopefully if you went out and about, you were safe, wore your masks, social distance. We've been done with Christmas for a little while, so we weren't really... There was nothing we were concerned about. Like, we don't ever Black Friday shop. Like, nothing's, to us, nothing's worth that hassle or that craziness that people deal with. Like, that was the only big thing we really needed this year. And we got that on like a Black Friday sale that Walmart did like 2 weeks ago or something like that, whenever we got it. But I'm gonna go try and lay down. Like I said, it's like 2:30 in the morning fun times. But hope you guys enjoyed this little Thanksgiving couple of days. I don't know, I gotta be up at like 6:30. But I'm a morning person, I'm a night owl. I'm a weird duck. But love you guys. Till tomorrow.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.